the Bayou Bengals and the stadium called Death Valley since the late 50s. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Razorbacks offense takes the field. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred. Because it's a rivalry game, they keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this game.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Razorbacks will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Tigers offense has the ball for the first time. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be peeking that way from the free safety position.
Yeah, he's been watching the film. This dude in the middle, man, he can light people up. So you can't tiptoe. You got to be aggressive and run in there. But this is a...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Makes the grab. It's Daniels. At the 35, he's loose. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. To throw, it's Nussmeier. Makes his connection. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give him a first down. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. They keep attacking through the air. Throws to the tight end. Soft spot in the middle. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot, just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
Well, we know down here when you're throwing into the end zone, the windows are so small. Ball gets tipped like that, there are a lot of defenders lurking around. The QB's lucky that one wasn't picked.
Keeps looking downfield. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And the extra point is good. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
From the gun, running back on the move. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. Here on 3rd down for this offense. Back to pass, it's Green. Pressure coming. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
I personally love aggressive defense. I love it. Bringing the strong safety down, blitzing that sucker in there to get the quarterback. Boom. Get that guy on the ground. Nice aggressive play call by the defense.
The Razorbacks will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Use the play fake. Now to throw. That's caught. It's Anderson. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. New set of downs after that completion. Looking to go up top on 1st down. It's complete to the left. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Moving away from pressure. He's going to run it. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the 1st down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that 6th sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the 1st down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the 1st quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find.
And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. They largely dominated the 1st quarter and built a nice lead to get started. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Green. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the 1st half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start.
He's loose. Past the 10. Touchdown, LSU! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns, if you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Back to pass, it's Green. Getting some heat. Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And the Razorbacks will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Looking for a block, it's Thomas. He's got great speed. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
This offense has a second down play. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. He wants to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Daniels. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Yards after catch. That's what this guy gives you. That was a simple slant pass. He caught it, made guys miss, showed you the speed, and it was pay dirt from there. What can you say about this guy's athleticism, man? He is such a weapon.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Looking for room, it's Jackson. Thrust that arm out. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. You know, coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Feeling some heat. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And very important not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. Oh, he missed it. No good. Hoping to cut into that lead, and they did not. The lead is huge. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep plowing it on until they find an answer.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. To the air. It's Nussmeier. Working that left side now. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Anderson. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Razorbacks will kick it off to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. He'll start this drive firing. Pulls it in, it's Lacey. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. It's great to send that blitz and get the heat on the quarterback, but you might need a little help on the backside with this guy.
Yeah, because now you're putting your guy in man-to-man situation against an elite receiver, and that's a tough battle to win but you got to take those chances. You got to be aggressive. The offense won that one. At least it wasn't a huge game-changing play.
Makes the grab outside. It's Taylor. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Scanning the field, it's Nussmeier. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
To the air on first down. With the catch, it's Durham. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. He's looking to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. Touchdown LSU! And the stomping has commenced. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting them get some positive yards.
4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Even with minimal gain on the return, they're working with a short field from the 36.
And defensive backs you think don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah, I think you're different.
Makes the catch. It's Daniels. Ripping through the defense. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's going to pass. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And the punishment has been extended. Lining up for the PAT. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. They're lining up to boot it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Looking to throw, it's Green. Extending the play. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Trying play action. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Razorbacks send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. On the return, it's Thomas. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Touchdown, Tigers! And the route is on. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turn it on the gas. Great job, great return.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
Leaves it with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile?